Hello and welcome to this Sunday edition of The Listening Project, which this week contains 4 conversations recorded as part of a scheme run by BBC Learning. The pilot, which was produced by Helen Brown, took The Listening Project into several secondary schools in the northwest of England, where over the course of 6 weeks, 100 pupils aged 11 and 12 were taught how to record a conversation of a lifetime with someone they love or care about. 62 conversations came back, all of which will be part of our ever-growing sound archive at the British Library. Now, nobody told these young people what they had to ask. Their curiosity belongs to them. And when they recorded the conversations, it was just them, their chosen subject, and the tape machine. The results are fabulous. We'll start with Abby, who's 12 and goes to Derby High School in Bury. She wanted to talk to her grandma Shirley about things they had in common, like not being very good at sleeping, and also about the huge differences in their lives due to the socio-economic impact of a changing population and its industrial obligations versus educational aspiration. Or as Abby so clearly puts it, when did you go and work in the paper mill, Grandma?
I started work the day before I was 15.
Because now we've got to be in education till we're 18. Some people would rather not go to college and just go get a job like my mum did. So I don't really think it's fair making everyone go.
The thing is, these days there's no jobs either way, is there?
Oh, my brother was talking about this. He said it's because loads of people were born in the 60s. So he said there's going to be loads of people in the retirement age when my mum's in a retirement age, and less people, with jobs and that during the working career. Mm-hmm. Because there's hardly anybody in my year, at school. We only had 24 and there was only one class. What was your school like?
I enjoyed school. I enjoyed it all the way through school. We used to have a sleep in the afternoon. We had these little wooden beds that folded out. I got my legs wrapped more times for not going to sleep. What can you do if you don't want to go to sleep? You're a stayer-upper, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yes.
I stay up all night and sleep all morning.
Like Uncle Carl.
It's more interesting.
Why?
Because, if there's a fire, it always happens at night, so if it happens, I want to be able to see it. A few weeks ago, do you know when there was that fire in that, I think it was a warehouse? So I like knowing what's happening. Well,
what difference does it make when you know what's happening?
Yeah, but I want to be able to...
You knew there were a fire, so what?
I want to be able to say I knew first.
All right. I don't know.
My mum's always laughing about when I was a child, but I don't really remember much of it. She did say something about I took an imaginary dog to school.
Oh, you did? Well, a kid went and picked you up, and we got halfway home, and then all of a sudden... Grandma Shirley, have you got a lead with you? I said, why, what for? I've left Megan tied up outside school.
My mum said you phoned her up and you started going, next time can you tell me when you take imaginary dogs to school?
And the gingerbread man, that was another one, weren't it? Oh dear, when he come out, have you got my gingerbread man? Grandma, yeah, he's asleep in my pocket. Is he?
Well, now I'm older, I kind of think of the weirdness of waiting for someone to eat you.
Abby and her grandmother Shirley. One of the many things that teachers involved in this pilot fed back was that it enabled their young students to talk about all kinds of things that might not be easy to discuss at home. They also said it helped children to respect those around them, to really listen and concentrate, and to be patient when people are telling you things. I know. Where can we all get our hands on a pack? Joseph is at Werneth High School in Stockport. He's got 3 brothers and a sister. He loves playing football and has just started to learn piano. And I bet he and his mum talk about loads of things, but maybe not always about their religion. They are Jehovah's Witnesses.
Have you ever felt left out of things because we don't celebrate Christmas and we don't celebrate birthdays?
I've had it once or twice.
We don't have parties on people's birthdays or at Christmas, but we still do sort of have, a good time throughout the year, don't we? So how do you find it at school, Joe? Do you find it okay at school?
Yeah, because I still get along with everyone.
They're curious?
They ask me quite a lot of questions like, why don't you celebrate Christmas and birthdays, and did people ever take the mick out of you for being one of Jehovah's Witnesses?
Well, I've really got one lad who used to sit at the back of the class and used to shout Watchtower to me, and then some people had asked really strange things like, are you allowed to have television You're allowed to read newspapers.
Someone asked me that the other day, are you allowed a television? And then his mate went, well, he's got an Xbox, so of course he is.
People think like that. You can't have your hair cut if you're a woman. You can't wear makeup. So people hear all sorts of perhaps odd things about us that aren't true, and they'll perhaps believe a lot of stuff's just made up or things that they've heard other people say. It just makes me laugh when they say things like that. It doesn't really bother me, you know.
Is that why you met Dad, by being one of Jehovah's Witnesses?
I remember your dad from school because I used to go to school with him, but I was a year older than him.
Didn't you used to take the mick out of you?
Yeah, well, just out my name, not because I was a witness, just a bit of harmless sort of banter, really, just taking the mickey out of my name. He used to call me Winnie Darling because my name was Winstanley. And I just used to laugh at him. I didn't sort of see him again, and all of a sudden, he just turned up at the Kingdom Hall one day. He sat with us during the meeting, and that's how we sort of got together, really. So he just came along to all the meetings, then he got baptised, went from there and then got married.
Do you know that, like, we go on the preaching work and preach to people about our religion? Did you ever, like, meet any of your school friends while you were doing that?
When I was walking around, I did see people from school that I knew, because most people knew as a witness anyway. It wasn't really a big thing, and nobody sort of ever used to say much about it. So you don't really meet many people from school, do you?
No, because we never, like, go on the preaching work near where my friends live.
You don't sort of come up against that, but quite a lot of people do, don't they? There's quite a lot of witnesses that you know.
Yeah, they find it hard too, like, I suppose I would, because if I saw one of my friends on the ministry, I would find it quite hard to, like,
you might feel a bit embarrassed?
Well, not embarrassed, because I know, like, it's the truth, but a bit, like, nervous talking to them.
Yeah, because you're not used to seeing them in that setting either, like your schoolmates, and it's sort of a bit of a different area to have to talk to them about, isn't it?
Yeah, and because we leave magazines, someone said to me the other week, I've got a load of your magazines at my home, do you want them back?
Did you tell them that they can keep them?
Yeah.
It's theirs to keep.
Yeah.
Joseph and his mum, Deborah. If as a parent, grandparent or member of the older generation, you have to stop yourself from beginning many a sentence with the phrase, in my day, on account of the sweeping portcullis of boredom that comes down over little faces on hearing that cliché, then you'll love these conversations for the fact that the tables are turned and it's all about the children wanting to know, asking with genuine curiosity for stories that explain our past. Chloe from Bury wanted to ask her mum what life was like in Bury in the old days. Steady yourself against something firm, because old is relative. Michelle, her mum, grew up in the 1980s.
When I was growing up, we had a coal fire. So in the mornings, your mum would go downstairs, start lighting the fire for you, because it was extremely cold, because we didn't have central heating. The way that my mum and dad must have paid it was like on a meter thing, like a box. And later on in the evening, if the lecky went, you were sat in really total darkness, only with your fire roaring. So the only thing you could do was play games with your hands, with the shadows on the walls from the fire.
Well, that's totally different from nowadays. Was there, like, hardly any money in them days? Was, like, everything expensive?
According to my mum and dad, yeah, there was very little money. And every now and again, me and my brothers would wait on the street for my dad to come home from his factory, and our treat every now and again was a Womble chocolate bar. I think you used to get 2 modules for half a p, so you got a 4 for 1p. So you can imagine if your mum gave you 2p, you thought you were rich.
The modern days now are totally different from days in, like, the 1980s and 1970s.
My 2 brothers shared one bedroom, and I had to have my bed in my mum and dad's bedroom, which you wouldn't really have that today neither.
No.
I was 8-year-old when we got our first telephone, and it was stuck up on the wall with a long curly wire. My dad went mad because the phone bill kept getting higher and higher, and he blamed me and my brothers for using the phone. So he put a little phone lock, but we just got a little nail file, took the phone lock off, used the phone, then put the phone lock back on, and my dad was still puzzled as to why his phone bill was still high, because it wasn't itemised then like it is now.
Chloe and her mum Michelle. And if you too like being reminded of mojos and their cunning half-p nature, then I have some sad news for you. After extensive journalistic research, we have discovered that their manufacture has been discontinued in this country. Make your own getting your mojo back jokes if you must. Not all of our conversations were between family members. The students taking part could choose who they wanted to talk to. And for Shannon, that was Bernadette, her neighbour and confidant and good friend of her mum. Bernadette is widowed. She has 2 grown-up children from her first marriage, and her second husband, John, died. They'd been together 28 years. It's clear that Bernadette and Shannon have a great friendship, and one where Shannon can ask her all kinds of things.
When was your first relationship like?
My first relationship, right, oh my goodness me. My first boyfriend was when I was 12, and he was called Terry. And we used to go to a disco at St Marie's Church on a Thursday evening. But I always had to leave early because I had to be in at 9 o'clock. And then I met my first husband when I was 16.
Yeah.
I got married at 18, which was far, far too young. I got divorced at 28 with 2 children. Then I met John, and we were together for 20 odd years till he died. And now I met Alan, and I'm with Alan.
I've been in a lot of relationships, but my mum says I'm way too young.
Yeah, you
My
are.
first one was like when I was 7.
Yeah.
But it wasn't even a real relationship. It was just like skipping around the playground, happy,
yes.
best mates. It got the whole class together because everyone was like dead fussed over us. So it got all the girls with me and then all the boys with Declan, and then we'd mix, and it'd be like one massive big group. It's like everyone makes it out as if you're going to get married to them. But I suppose you're just like best mates with them. It's like you've not had that many.
No.
I suppose Joe would be my last one but I think it'll last, you see.
Do you think so, at your age? I doubt it very much.
It's only a year off from when you first got your relationship.
Yeah, but it didn't last. That one didn't last. You know, and you go out with boys in between and one thing and another, but I won't class them as a relationship. A relationship, I think, is something
that will last forever.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, like you and your last husband.
Yeah.
Like, I bet you'd still be together now
we
if you
would
didn't
have been.
die.
Yeah.
You and my mum are like really close, aren't you?
Yeah, we are.
Why did you get so close with her?
I know a tremendous amount of people. However, I do find it difficult making real friends.
Yeah.
And I'm quite private. I keep myself to myself very much. But I also think that I'm very loyal. Your mum's got good morals. She tries to talk to you about things and show you that it's not the material things in life that matter. It's not having a fancy house or a fancy car.
I know.
It's having good family that you can trust and rely on, and the same goes that they can rely on you as well.
Yeah, it's really nice that I can always come to you and ask you for help and you just do it. When my mum said before, I was like, no, I don't want to be cheeky and go over.
Yeah, but it's not cheeky, because sometimes it's good to speak to other people that aren't actually your family, somebody else to listen to us, so that's good.
Bernadette and Shannon. The pilot for BBC Learning got a gold star, so it will be coming to a secondary school near you in the near future. But if hearing these conversations has made you want to do one yourself right away, or perhaps you're no longer in secondary education, then please do get in touch. You can write to me at listeningproject@bbc.co.uk, and I'll then let you know the best way to proceed. You can also find out more details on our website, bbc.co.uk/listeningproject.